These were beef patties and very good quality, grass-fed, grass-finished. They have it in frozen form. I recently discovered those because of the situation we have. So I bought a lot of these patties. It's Angus, and they have another kind, the Simmental beef. They both taste very different, but I just mixed them up together, and that was one of my dinners. Very, very simple. That's about 300 grams of meat. Once in a while I have some fish. They also have this in frozen form, which is great. This was a larger piece of steak. Usually I don't eat so much meat for one meal. Sometimes I just combine different types of meat. Beef and pork is a very delicious thing to combine. That's ground beef and pork, or just ground beef, not a chocolate cookie. That's ground beef. So it's about simplicity, and you will never overeat.
I did a thought experiment a couple of years ago, and I said, well, what, so we're wired to overeat, and humans by nature will see what they can get away with. Like, people would generally say, what's the most amount of this meal I can eat and not feel stuffed? What's the most amount of this dessert I can have and not look like a glutton? You know, what can I get away with here? And so how much can I eat? And I think it's inherent in all of us that we sort of have that tendency. My thought experiment was, what's the least amount of food I can eat and still have all the energy I want, still maintain or put on muscle, never get sick, and most importantly, not be hungry. Because hunger ruins everything. If I get hungry, then I've screwed it up. But what's the least amount of food I can eat and check off all those boxes? And it turns out it's 30, 40% fewer calories than even I, at the age, in my 60s or late 50s, thought I needed to sustain, right? It's such a small amount of food. I thought, well, shit, we can feed the world if we just stop being so gluttonous and start sort of orienting toward local production, growing of vegetables and fruits and pork and chickens and sheep and goats and cows.
Yeah, the amount we eat. How much do you think the amount we eat is really influenced by the types of food we eat, right? So it's like we've got all these seed oils that kind of make us insulin resistant, makes us kind of want to eat more. Seed oils mixed with the sugars and stuff like that. It seems like without these, most cultures that don't have these introduced don't really have as many issues with crazy gluttony and obesity, right? Like even Weston Price was looking at many cultures that had a lot of food, but they still weren't obese.
Right. Yeah. No. It's in large part the type of food that we eat, because some of them again are engineered crunchy, salty, fatty, sweet to appeal to our taste buds and compel us to want to buy more and eat more. The famous Lay's potato chip commercial going back, 60 years. Nobody can eat just one, right? That was the whole point to that was, what is a serving of potato chips? Is it a 1 ounce bag or is it a 16 ounce bag? Because I've seen people sit with a 16 ounce bag, an 8 ounce bag and chow down the whole thing. It's a serving, right?
Yeah, the Snickers bar will tell you it's like 1 bar is like 4 servings. It's like, yeah, bullshit. Yeah, right. If 4 bars is 1 serving for me.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's really what they want you to be doing. So, I was thinking last night. We've been binge watching television and catching up on a lot of shows here because we're on lockdown in Miami Beach. Did you see that meme? There's a meme on Instagram last week, and it said I finished Netflix today.
I finished decade one of Netflix.
I finished Netflix today. Anyway, but I literally last night I had a pan-fried grass-fed steak, steamed broccoli with butter and some sea salt on it, and a glass of wine, and I was the happiest. That's the best meal I've had in like months, because in Miami I go out a lot, and I thought to myself, this is such like this is me in the absence of a dining experience with hundreds of people around me clinking their glasses and enjoying whatever, and looking at a menu and deciding what I'm going to order. This is me getting down to the basics of what satisfies me and my taste buds the most, and it was incredible to just kind of go, Jesus, I mean, I could eat this, I could have this, every night for the next 2 weeks and be not just satisfied but happy as I could ever be with my food choices.
Yeah, but it's
This is called simplicity. And when you are a carnivore, it's even simpler than that. Then you prepare your meat, and that's it. And perhaps you have some water, or afterwards some coffee, but that's it. It's very, very simple, and I would say I never overeat. I just eat when I'm hungry. Keep it simple. That's all. Happy Easter, everyone. Enjoy your meat.